What is up? My dog's lost in here. This morning, the sun is just on the rise, and we're out here. We're gonna bomb some Topwater to see if we connect with a big snook or a jack. I think the game plan is gonna be throw artificials, and if it doesn't work, then we're gonna transition and try to catch some live bait. But we're gonna see if we can stick a big one on artificials here. I'm about to tie up a Topwater, and we're gonna start cruising, looking for a big daddy, big mama, I should say. Oh, just landed right next to a big snook up there. Scared him. Shallow. Wow. Just spooked a really big fish. They're sitting shallower than I thought. The spot that I'm throwing on right now, actually, is where I caught my personal best snook. Long ago, about 8 years ago now, when I was 17. Throwing a Topwater, 43 inches, and had stupid girth on it. It was like a 32-pound fish. I've landed probably heavier fish than that one, possibly, on live bait, but that one by far, biggest snook I've ever caught on artificial. And 8 years later, still standing. It's kind of crazy because, you know, fishing as much as I do, making YouTube videos, I've broken almost every single one of my PB fish just because, you know, I'm fishing so damn much. And like, I've caught my biggest redfish last year, my biggest trout, and I have my biggest black drum, and my biggest tarpon, everything really, except for snook is the only thing I haven't broken. It still stands 8 years later. Everyone that should just get absolutely demolished is that right there. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Holy crap, did I call that or what? It's a good fish. That's a good fish. I'm keep my rod tip way down because he's up underneath these mangroves. He's way under these mangroves. So we're keeping our rod tip so far down and just, oh, whew. It's always nice when you can call it. Oh, he's up there. All right, he's out of the mangroves. Yeah, buddy. Man, did we call that shot or what? It's a pretty good fish. Holy crap. I mean, just throttled it. It's a good fish. He's trying to get back in his groves. He is so freaking strong. Are you kidding me? Oh. This is a very, very strong fish. A very, very strong fish. Oh, wow, I had to crank down on that. Whew, good Lord. Ooh, don't spit. He's an upper 30. He is an upper 30. Big old mouth. Hooked pretty precariously, so we'll see what happens here. But what a stud right there. Oh, doggy. That might be a 40. That might be a 40. Oh. Really heavy. Really heavy fish. Holy crap, that's a giant. This fish is bigger than I thought it was. Give her a breath for a second here. Give her a breather. Got her unhooked. Oh. Oh, don't. You ain't not going nowhere. This is a very big fish. It might be 41, honestly. It might be a 41. He is slamming my hand. Just wanted to give her some breath after that fight. Pop the hook out, and we got the death grippers on her. She ain't going nowhere. All right, girl. Talk about a freaking tank. Look at the head on that monster, bro. Absolute giant. Let's get a measurement on her. Man, just talking about hooking a real big fish, and you know, a real big one shows up. Isn't that nice? All right, tail pinched at 0, 41 right there. Wow. Extremely girthy too. What an absolute beast. Let's get her going. Oh, she was trying to flip. Absolute mammoth. Absolute mammoth. Look at that mouth. Like, you know, that's a big old snook mouth, and you can fit your whole entire hand inside of it like that. What an absolute beast. Like, oh, she's fired up too. We took real good care of this girl. I love to see it. Yes. Yes, baby. Let's go. That is what I'm talking about. What a freaking tank, man. Whew. Start the morning out early with a giant 41. Oh, that fish was disgustingly big. I mean, so tall on the back she was. What a way to kick off the morning. I mean, what do you do when something like that happens? Like, you're just kind of like at maximum high, and then you're like, okay, maybe we catch a bigger one. I don't know, maybe we just catch another fish. Even if we didn't catch another fish today, I would be stoked. You know what, man? It's like life is just kind of always trying to beat you down. You know, you got taxes and bills, and you know, right now we have a global pandemic going around and an economy crash, but sometimes you go out in the morning, you catch a 41, and you're like, life ain't that bad. You know what? Life ain't that bad. Oh, I just scared some big snook right there. Those definitely weren't 40s. Those were like upper 20s probably. I cannot believe how quickly, I mean, I can't believe it. That's just what big snook do. But how quickly that fish was trying to foul me up in the mangroves, man. You gotta be on your game when you're hooking a big fish like that. You got to be real quick to kind of read the situation and choose, you know, do I lower my rod tip and try to let him run through it and pull him out the other side? Do we stick the hammer to him? Because it really is one of those things, like, there's basically two options. It's either stick the hammer and possibly pop him or pull the hooks, but he's not going to break you off if you just freaking throttle him out of the mangrove lines, or you got to finesse him and see if you can just play him out and keep that hook set in. And I'm glad that we did what we did. I'm running 30-pound braid and 50-pound fluoro, so it's a decent sized stuff, but that he had one single point of that treble hook in the corner of his mouth, so it was like a really good hook set. But you know, one point, you're not having a lot of room there for any hooks to pull. Well, we had our fun throwing Topwater this morning and whacking an absolute donkey. Let's pick up a Swimbait now and see if we can do some damage here. Just throwing a little mullet presentation, and we're gonna burn this along some walls and docks and maybe hit some bridges with it and just see if we can find some more fish. See if we can get a dirty skip up in here. snook right here. Oh my God, he ate right there. I was just twitching it behind the boat. I saw him swim out. Oh, and I scared a bunch of them in front of me. I saw him swim out from that dock and I just threw right behind the boat. But he scared a whole school of them in front of me. It's a good fish. It's like a 27, 28. Oh, the little ones love to get aerial, man. I can't believe that. I just literally threw that back there and was slow sticking it, like pop, pop, pouncing it off the bottom. Gnarly, 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 gnarly. He's trying to throw it, man. He's trying his darnest to throw that thing. Ooh. Easy, buddy. Solid little unit of a fish, probably 27 inches, I'd guess, maybe 28. Really thick. It put up an awesome fight. It's funny when you catch a 41 first thing in the morning, a fish like this, you're like, ah, it's a little guy, but that's still a great fish. And as I was fighting him, he spooked a bunch of other snook in front of the boat, so we'll release him and just see if we can get on one of these other ones. Oh. This fish has been extremely difficult. When I landed him, the second I put my hand into his mouth, he popped the hook, and then I actually dropped him and caught him by the tail. There he goes. Give him a little more juice. I love to just kind of shake them side to side until they start kicking on his own accord. There he goes. What a day, what a day. Right there was one of those moments that being up on the cooler right now made all the difference of, I saw that fish swim out from underneath the dock. He came out behind my little mullet, insanely, like painfully slow. And I just saw like a glimmer of yellow come out from underneath the dock. I'm like, oh crap, that's a snook that just kind of shimmered out right there, and put that cast back there and just kind of bobbed it up and down. He ended up smacking it. That I know for a fact, just because how little of a glimpse I got of that fish, that if I wasn't elevated at least a little bit, I wouldn't have seen that fish. No way. I mean, but on top of the cooler, the more even important thing is having good sunglasses on. Check the weather here. I'm finna get smoked. Might just make a handful more casts here and then possibly call it a day, because we're about to get dumped on by some nasty weather. And it's been a great day, no need to be overly zealous or overly greedy. Just take the goodness that we've gotten and go home with it. Well, you know what, man? Today is about as good as it gets, catching big giant fish on artificial. I'm happy with what we've accomplished. So let's rig it up, go home. Don't forget, go pick up some merch. I'll leave a link down for it below. We got hats, shirts, all the good stuff, so go grab some of that.